Hey, I figured I just wanted to take a couple of quick minutes and share with you kind of an analogy and also best practices for us to improve our businesses. And it actually comes from the 1400s, late 1400s in Italy. There was this young artist we know well today, but at the time he was quite obscure. His name is Michelangelo. And what I found interesting is I was learning about his life and kind of the process in which he went from an obscure name that very few would have remembered to one of the masters that we continue to see his artwork and his sculptures today, is actually all of the effort that he put into studying and learning in fields that were not directly related to art or sculpture. In fact, you would think if you were wanting to become a famous sculptor or a famous artist or painter, that you would study art, that you would study the colors, that you would study the strokes, that you would study those techniques. If you wanted to be a sculptor, you would talk about stones and materials and tools for how to mark out the various images and plans for your commissioned pieces. But what set Michelangelo apart, actually, at least in my opinion, as a sculptor, was his obsession, his study of anatomy, of human anatomy. In fact, it was probably pretty scandalous in his own day. I don't know if this is definitive or not, but at least some of the historians argue that he violated laws by either grave robbing or studying corpses and cadavers at poor hospitals in the area of Florence, Italy, in order to gain a very detailed understanding about anatomy and about how the physical body appeared and moved, which is what he used in order to really be the sculptor that we remember today. Achieving the fine and intricate and nuanced detail that we appreciate. And why I mention this isn't because I think that might be the best strategy for becoming an artist or a sculptor, although that's probably helpful, but it's rather to take that analogy and say that oftentimes in trying to become a better business owner, in trying to become a master in our field, or to get to the next level, to advance our business and our careers, it might be the best practice for us actually to study other fields, other related areas. For example, as an attorney, but also as I work with my contractor clients, as I work with my physician clients, I don't often talk about their specific trade, but one of the things that I feel like can help them the most is to actually study business, to study financial principles and business principles and management styles and different techniques and tools. They're not directly related to doing a surgery. They're not directly related to how to build a home or how to do finished carpentry or how to pull wire or how to, any of those kind of things. But they are actually fundamental, and they distinguish people in the trades, in the businesses, in the healthcare fields from their competitors, from those who have similar skills maybe, but they actually lack that X factor. And so use the example of Michelangelo. He became well known, he became renowned, he became sought after, not because he was related to somebody, not because he was rich. It was because he actually studied other fields and he applied those other principles to improve and to master and to level up his own field, his own training, his own skills, so that over the next 10 or 20 years from when he started this practice and when he became the Michelangelo we know today, he was well sought after, he was highly compensated because he had become an exceptional professional in his field. So take that for what it's worth. Take some time to study and learn from other fields and how they apply to help you in your own business, in your own practice, and in that way you'll be able to serve your clients better, I believe, rather than just simply focusing day in and day out on the mundane skills we have. So Until next time, feel free to reach out if you have questions about this or other ideas. I'm happy to share with you a few books, frankly, that I've found helpful in business, if that would also be helpful as you jumpstart this process. Talk to you soon.